All right. The story as it happened, as I remember it, as I'm telling it. God. All right, here goes. At exactly 6 o'clock tonight, I came home from work. My wife, Myra, was in our room getting dressed for the party. I grabbed a bottle of champagne from the refrigerator and I headed upstairs. Now, Rosita, the Spanish cook, was in the kitchen with Ramona, her Spanish sister, and Romero, her Spanish son. They were preparing an Italian dinner. As I climbed the stairs, I said to myself, you know, it's my 10th wedding anniversary, and I can't believe I still love my wife so much. Meanwhile, Myra was in our room putting on the perfume that I'd gotten her for Christmas. I purposefully got it for her because, you know, it drives me crazy. I knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. She opens it. I hand her a glass of champagne. And I make a toast to the loveliest wife a man ever had for 10 wonderful years. She toasts to the best man and the best 10 years a beautiful wife ever had. We drink, we kiss, we toast again to the gentlest skin on the loveliest body that hasn't aged a day in 10 wonderful years. She toasts to the gentlest hands that have ever touched the loveliest skin that has not aged a day in 10 wonderful years. We drink, we kiss, we toast, we drink, we kiss, we toast. It's now 7 o'clock. The bottle is finished, my wife is sloshed, and I am completely toasted. Then I smelled the perfume. That perfume I could never resist. I loved her in that moment with as much passion and ardor as the night we were first newlyweds. Now, I tell you this not with embarrassment, but with pride and joy for a love that grows stronger and more lasting as each new day passes. You know, we lay there, spent, naked in each other's arms, complete in our happiness. It's now 8 o'clock, and outside is growing dark. Suddenly, a gentle tap on the door. Tap, tap, tap. I open the door, and there's a strange-looking kid standing there with a knife in his hand, right? Myra screams, and I jump up to grab the gun in my drawer. Myra grabs a towel and shields herself, and I run over with the gun, ready to save my wife's life. The strange-looking kid says in Spanish, "De yo quinto. Se tablo enchilada por queso en 5 minutos. but I don't speak Spanish, and I had never seen Rosita's son Romero before, and I didn't know that the knife was to cut up the salad, and he was asking, should they heat up the dinner now? So I aim my gun at him. Myra screams and pulls my arm, and I shoot myself in the earlobe, right? So now Romero runs downstairs to tell, like, Rosita and Ramona, Mamacita, me la que paso o boque ya el hombre que loco que bang bang. The crazy man took a shot at him. So Rosita, Ramona, and Romero just leave in a huff. Now my earlobe is bleeding all over Myra's new dress, right? Suddenly, a car pulls up. It's the first guest. Myra runs downstairs to stop Rosita, Ramona, and Romero from leaving, otherwise we'll have no dinner, but they drive off in their Alfa Romeo, okay? Now, I think that somebody is trying to steal my beautiful old Mercedes because it's dark, and so I take another shot at him, okay? Meanwhile, Myra runs downstairs to look for the cedar chest, and she was looking for that dress she wore last year for the Bonds of Israel. She can't find the light, trips down the stairs, and passes out in the dark. Now, the guests are coming, and I need to explain what happened, and my earlobe is killing me because there's a hole in it because I shot myself. So I go to find some aspirin to ease the pain, but I get the blood is on my fingers, and the blood on my fingers gets in my eyes, and by mistake I take 4 Valium instead. And I want to explain to all the guests what's going on, but I can't talk from the Valium. And I'm bleeding all over the white rug. And I try to write a note explaining what happened, but the whole thing looks like gibberish, and I'm afraid they'll think it was a suicide note, and my buddy Glenn Cooper was coming, and it would be very bad for his campaign for him to get mixed up in a suicide, so I tore up the note and flushed down the toilet just as I walked into the room. They're all screaming, like, what happened? What happened? And before I could tell them what happened, I passed out on the bed. And that's the whole goddamn story. As sure as my name is Charlie Brock.